Hi, my name is Anna and I would like to show you our application called VocApp. What you've already received is not an application just for a student, but just an application for the whole school. So here you'll have three different panels: students panel, teachers panel and an inspiration panel. If you're a student, you'll just see this one, and that's the one I would like to start with. Because when you have access to VocApp, usually you will see just one or two courses. That depends what your school gives you. So here we have demo version, so we have quite a lot of courses. It usually doesn't happen in a normal program because it's quite too many of them here. But we have already prepared courses, which are the ones with a colorful cover. When you press show lessons button, you can see all of the lessons which are inside, but students don't have to just know all of the details, because usually it's for a teacher just to download flashcards or just to control some elements of the course. And there are courses without any picture. There are courses created by a student, because everyone, a student and a teacher, can prepare their own course. And when I press the button create your own course, I can create such a course. So let's call a course, for example, English A2. And I create my course. What happens now? I just look at English A2 and I can see that I don't have anything inside. I have no repetitions, no new words and no hard words. So when I just click add a set, automatically opens a panel where I can add some new words. So when I just press here the word dog, okay, the picture and translation or propositional translation appears on the right. It's not direct translation because you can always modify it. If you don't like it, you can change it. Because the same happens for sentences. For example, my car is black. Okay, so what happens here? Here you have a proposition or suggestion of a translation. I don't know Spanish, but I hope it's fine. If you decide it's wrong, you can always modify it. Okay. What is important, that any word that you write here will be later on read aloud. So if you don't, that's a very important thing. If you don't have a picture here and you just want to have one, you just have to click here on the picture button, and then the picture appears here, and you just can, for example, write the word car, and you can choose a car, probably this one, okay, and I will have also a picture here. Let's add more words: telephone, and for example sun, and for example waiter, or for example wall. Okay, and I have some words. When I have finished my set, I can call it, for example, set 1, and I can choose where I want to have my set. So I decide for English A2, and I create my flashcards. My flashcards are already in my course. When I press again show lessons, I can see my set here. Okay, but I'm learning the set for the very first time. As you can see, there is just one button. There is just one button in the beginning, because students, when they enter the course for the very first time, they may say, oh, there were 3 buttons, I didn't know which one to choose. So there's just one in case they may get lost. Okay, so let's press the button. What happens? All of the words that we've written here will be read aloud.
Camarero.
Okay, so audio is ordered automatically in 11 languages to any sentence or word that you've put into the system. What is important here are those 2 buttons, not known and no, because here the repetitions will be assigned. So if your students write, I don't know,
Wall.
the system will know that this word is difficult, and it will assign repetition pattern to it. So it's really, really comfortable, because your students don't have to remember which words to revise when. Everything is done automatically. Then when we continue...
Telephone. Teléfono. My car is black. Mi coche es de color negro. Sun. Sol.
And if I just haven't heard properly a sound or
Sol.
a word
Sol.
I can just
Sol.
press here and I can listen to it as many times as
Dog.
I want.
Perro.
Perro. And I remember
Chocolate.
this one, chocolate.
Chocolate.
Okay. After first round, I have a percentage of correct answers and I have percentage of incorrect answers. Basically, if I have some incorrect answers, I have to do the next round. Because sometimes students, when they learn vocabulary, they just go through the list of vocabulary and they don't pay too much attention. Here, before they stop learning, just 10 words, they just have to make sure that at least for 2 seconds they are able to memorize
Waiter.
it. Waiter.
Camarero.
Camarero. I remember
Chocolate.
that.
Chocolate.
Right.
Telephone. Telefono.
I remember this one. Yes, I've done all of them. Okay, let's see what happens now. I've done all of the words. Okay, all of the words in my course English A2 are done. And now what happens, I have no revisions because I've done all of them. I have no new words because there's nothing new added. But I have 3 words which are hard. I can press again the button.
Chocolate.
And I can do all of them again.
Chocolate.
Okay.
Telephone.
Let's-
Telefono. Waiter.
Let's have all
Camarero.
of the correct answers. Okay, all revised, congratulations, great. But the words which are difficult, which are hard, haven't disappeared. It happens because the system has a very intelligent algorithm incorporated, because it knows that it can be just a short-term memory and students may not really know the words, they just remember it because a second ago they saw it in the system. So students have to give more correct answers to the words which were hard in order to get rid of hard words. It's very comfortable because students now don't have to think when and how to revise the words. They will just appear here. The second thing which is important is the button here. It's everywhere with the new courses, with hard courses, also with the whole sets of lessons, okay? Basically, when you press this button, you can download anything as an MP3 course. So when I press here, my course is downloaded, okay, and I can listen to it.
From VocApp.com. Chocolate. Chocolate. Telephone. Telefono. Waiter. Camarero.
Camarero, yeah. So everything that you've written or your students have written or you just pasted into the system is read aloud. It's a really, really easy way to prepare your own audio courses. But that's not everything. If your students say that, okay, we prefer paper version, they can print it. So if they choose a PDF file, they can prepare their own set of flashcards with pictures. They just can cut it. It's a really, really nice way of learning. Also, if you're a teacher and you want just to have a list of words which your students put into the system or you prepared for them, so you just can prepare a short list of words and you don't have to print it, you don't have to rewrite it. It's really, really comfortable. Also, when you create your courses, you can use the import the list functionality. Here you either just type the words, not to repeat the words. What else? Let me think about vocabulary. Okay, window. Okay, what else? Coffee, tea. What else? Carpet, sky, patience, imagination. Okay, so you can either write just the vocabulary and translations will be filled in automatically, or full sentences. For example, I like English. And if you want to make sure that you'll get your translation, on the right hand side after comma, because here I have what separates columns is a comma, I can, for example, write, no, I will not write because I don't know Spanish, but basically if you had your translation, you would have to put it here and it would appear later on. Okay, so when I just press import flashcards, as you can see, all of the words appear here. Okay, and also this suggestion that I didn't know, I hope it's fine. If not, you can always modify it. Okay, but it saves time. Okay, it saves time. You don't have to type all of the words, and all of the audio is already there.
Me gusta en inglés.
You can also always check how it will be pronounced. Okay, so then I can call my set, my words. Okay, I can choose where I want to save it because I have a few my courses created, and I create my flashcards. Okay. I can start learning just pressing the new button here, okay? So all of the new words that you add or your students add to the course will appear here. Students don't have to look inside, okay? They don't have to check that, okay, from set number 1 there are no new words, and in set number 2 my words there are 9 new words. No, if students keep doing their own course, they will see just one place where to look for new words. So even if they have 100 lessons inside, they don't have to just look at all of the numbers of different here boxes. It's not important. The important is the first line of each course assigned. Okay, so I can start doing the course in the previous mode that we were doing the previous time with correct or incorrect. But here you have also different modes. If your students don't want to give incorrect answers, for example, they are interested more in kind of looking through vocabulary, not just checking whether they've understood it or not, they just can
Paciencia.
Okay, they can just use this kind of viewing mode. So there are no repetitions assigned, so they can make mistakes. Here it doesn't matter. And the second one is active viewing. They have to rewrite what they see below the box. It requires quite a lot of patience.
Paciencia.
Okay, and attention, of course. What is good, each correct answer is intensified by pronunciation. The next mode is choosing the correct answer out of many. So, me gusta en inglés. Yes.
Me gusta en inglés.
Okay, so if I haven't understood it or I haven't heard properly, I can press, of course, again.
Me gusta en inglés.
The next mode is the one that you've already seen.
Café.
Okay, the one correct is or incorrect, and rewriting from your memory. Okay, let's say that okay, I don't have Spanish keyboard, but you can always just
Café.
yes, you can always use the Spanish one, of course. Here there are different keyboards for different languages as well. All right, so we now have our learning, but there is one more thing which I think is really cool, because when you have a text and you want to create flashcards from a text that your students should read, and in the past it took a lot of time to look for this set and just to prepare it. Let's look for such a text. Well, where is my window? Okay, let's look for such a text. Okay, for example, I will write let's look for something really specific with a kind of specific vocabulary, just to show you how it works. Okay, I will copy the text. Okay, I copy the text and I just paste it here. Okay, I just have chosen quite specific text just to show you how the algorithm works, because here when I create click on create my flashcards, the text is analyzed, and as you can see, the words which are chosen are the ones which are very specific for this text. There are no grammar items, they're just lexical ones. All right, and if I decide that I don't like any of them, or I just, for example, think that this one is kind of not linked to the text and I just don't need it, I can always delete it. Also, if I don't like any of the translation, I can always modify it. Or if there is no picture and I decide I want a picture, I can of course add or remove a picture, and I can, for example, type it here, brain, and I can look for some pictures. Okay, let's have a look maybe here, for example. Okay, and I add my picture and I have it here. Okay, for example, here I can also add a picture, and I will just make it, for example, neuron, and I can search for it. Yes, I will like this one, and I can save it, and it's there. All right, so I've had a text, I just pasted it, and I can call it, for example, brain, and I will save it in my course English A2. Let's see what happens. So first of all, I have here 10 new words, because system will give 10 new words each time your students learns. Okay, so you can also add more or add less. Okay, your students of course can download everything as MP3, flashcards, or equip, but for you it can be interesting if you have the course brain made of a text. So if you want to prepare a nice lead-in, you can just press the word flashcards, and you can download all of the flashcards which are prepared for this text. As you can see, everything English, Spanish here is just to be cut, and you can have a nice memory game, or your students can learn in a traditional way. Okay, so that's the student's perspective. So remember, you have ready-made courses. I'll just close this one. You have ready-made courses with lots of content already inside, and you can create your own courses. I think this is really, really nice. Remember that this account is also linked with a mobile account. It's called VocApp School. You can download it from Google Play. If you have a version for schools, you will have to write an email to me and ask me for a specific application for your school, because then you will need to have a branded application of your own school. Of course, for demo accounts, it's for free. Okay, let's now move to teachers panel. Okay, because teachers can create courses or can learn as a student, but here teachers have two additional things that they can do. The first one is content management. In content management, teachers can add to any of the course or any of their students. They can add any course to any of the students or any group that they have listed, which is assigned to them. So I have all of the courses which I have in my school. So for example, I want TESOL to have, the group TESOL also have this course. And for example, I want one of maybe more users to have this course for vocabulary on B2 level. Okay, so it's very, very easy, because a teacher will only see his own students or his own group. So it's very, very easy to add groups in teachers panel. Also, the teacher can check students' results. So here we have just the demo version, so there are no real students. Basically, they're just creators of VocApp here with their 10 accounts. So let's say that this account is mine, for example. I haven't used that very much, but still. I visited this account more than 1 month ago, and if I were a real student, okay, my teacher would just press this button, send an email, and just pressing OK, and there is an email coming to me saying that my flashcards are missing me and I should go back and I should just learn more. So it saves your time. You don't need to write anything to your students. Everything is done automatically. Also, here you have different colors of alarms. If you have lots of students here, we don't want you to analyze each activity date by date, because it will take a lot of time. To make it shorter, you have different colors of alarms here. It really saves time. Just look who is red, who is yellow, and it's very, very easy to control the whole learning mode here. Okay, the last panel is administration panel. In administration panel, you can add users, and if you own a school on VocApp, it's a really important bookmark here, because all of the users you add in the same way. So you can add students, teachers, or administration in the same place. So basically, to add students, you have to press students, and you have to press add new students. You enter here the email of a student.com, okay, and if you want to assign this student to any of the groups here, you just choose the group. So for example, if I wanted to add someone to TESOL group, I would have to write the email, press TESOL. If I want him to be active till a specified time, I also can just click here and I can choose the date. Well, let's say that I don't want to do it, or I have to do it probably because I've already clicked that. Okay, let's choose this one. Okay, and then I can add users. And that's all. The student is added. The student has already received an email with a link to activate the account and to set his own password. It's very time efficient for a school, because then if a student forgets his password or his login, everything is linked with his email address. All he has to do is to type in again his email address, press I forgot my login or email or a password, and everything will be emailed back to him. So it's really, really convenient for a school. The same way is with teachers, and the same with the administration or administrators if you want to need more in your school. Okay. Then when we go to groups, groups is quite convenient if you have a language school and you have different groups with different amount of students and different teachers working. So if you create a group is a bag of students, courses and teachers in one place. So in order to create a group, you have to call it. I will, for example, call it TESOL1, okay, and I added this group, or TESOL with exclamation mark. Okay, then I add new users. Okay, so I can here choose which users I want to add. Okay, because all of the users here are can be chosen from the list which I already kind of added with the email addresses. So you don't add here again the users. You just choose the users which you already have in the school. Okay, so that's a group. Okay, with the users. Okay. Also, when you create a group, I have my course in my group here, TESOL. I have 0 students. The same is with courses. I can go here to view and I can add courses to my group. So when I add new courses, I can, for example, choose verbos ingleses and I add it to my group. I can also use teachers and I use teachers and I can add them. For example, I will choose this teacher to this group and I have courses, teachers, and not yet students, no students yet, but still I can add them. Okay, group is a really, really important thing to do, because then when you have courses, here are all of the courses which are already in my school. If I want to have more courses, I can just see what else is there in our library of VocApp that I can still add to my school. So I just press this one, I choose it, okay, and it is there in my school. Okay, so then my teachers can use this list when they add materials for their students. Okay, I can also, when I go to administration panel, also check students' results, but I can also choose the bookmark here teachers' results, and I can monitor my teachers. I hope that this short presentation will help you to operate the system, will help you to navigate through it. If you have any questions, just get in touch. When you press on VocApp here, you have my telephone number and you have my email address. My name is Anna and it was very nice to explain VocApp application to you. Thank you very much.